So I thought I would get at least one stream in before I call it a night. So, with that being said, I had to talk about this. Me being 50 years old, growing up in the golden era of hip hop, um, I think at when hip hop was at its purest, the essence of hip hop, you know, um, just basically, if you had an issue with another rapper, you would take it to the mic or to the studio. Better yet, instead of taking it to the streets. This new generation of men, they're just fragile. They're fragile. They're they're extremely emotional. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. And what Drake is doing is showing the ultimate defeat, mental weakness. It's almost like Drake is having a nervous breakdown. And that's the sad part about it. You know, for him to file a lawsuit against Universal Music Group and Spotify, accusing them of, you, you know, basically in layman's terms, basically showing favoritism towards Kendrick Lamar's song instead of his. That's basically what it come down to. Drake wanted this. He knew what he was up against. Everything was good when Drake was making his songs and replying to Kendrick Lamar. But when Kendrick Lamar came with Not Like Us, then Drake, all of a sudden, he does everything in his power from basically, filing cease and desist orders to keep him from performing that song at the Super Bowl. Now he's suing record labels and, you know, and streaming groups, streaming music groups. So Drake is just showing who he is. He just basically a sore loser, and that's all it come down to. I remember the epic battles between KRS-One and the Juice Crew, and, you know, Ice Cube versus NWA, you know, um, Easy E versus Dr. Dre, some epic rap battles, you know, Cypress Hill, West Side Connection, MC Light, Antoinette, you know, Yuck Mouth, Master P, the Loonies, Too Short. Just so many, of course, LL Cool J, Cannabis, LL Cool J versus Kumo D versus Ice T. They left it in the studio. Nas versus Jay Z. You know, but to see a dude file a lawsuit, that got to be the weakest move I've ever seen in my life. And Drake, you just proved that you not like us. I was gonna make a joke about you being from Canada and you acting real light skinned, but you just acting real petty. You acting real childish. I think Drake is just having a temporary mental lapse because I just think he didn't think Kendrick Lamar was gonna come at him like that. I think he was surprised by how many people took on to that song and how, from pretty much from, pretty much from when it got dropped, I think like what in late May, it was like an anthem. I'm talking about it was everywhere. Then, not to mention that Kendrick Lamar basically fixed it to where anybody could use the song without getting a copyright strike. So that was kind of like the double ooh wop for Drake, and Drake just didn't know what to do. Now, when Drake was going at Meek Mills and he felt he won the battle, it was all good. But due to the fact that he felt like he got slaughtered, he just can't handle it. And the funny thing is, Drake fans are turning on him too, saying that this lawsuit is weak. It is weak. And if anybody come on here trying to justify that, says a lot about you too. There's just no way you can get around this. People don't sue over no rap records, over battle. That was the essence of battle in hip hop, to prove who was the better rapper, the better lyricist, who had the better music, who had the better flow. That's what rap battle was all about. But Drake is just setting the tone now. This new generation of dudes, they act like chicks. They act like chicks. And it just gotta be said. Drake acting like a dude that's suffering from his months, his monthly, you know, menstrual cycle. I mean, a lawsuit is laughable. So that's what's gonna happen now. Every time somebody say something about you, you run into file a lawsuit. You know, you run into file a lawsuit because somebody say something on the record that you didn't like, but you make accusations towards Kendrick Lamar. It was all good when you made accusations toward Kendrick Lamar, but when Kendrick Lamar made accusations towards you, you know, oh, oh, I can't. Uh, um, this is not fair. Well, you know what, Drake, life isn't fair. And you proved that you are the title of that song. You are not like us. You are not one of us. At the end of the day, you are a perpetrator. You are a culture vulture. You are a biracial culture vulture. And you are a coward. That needs to get said about Drake. It's just no way to get around this and no way to sum it up except for the fact he's just acting like a complete coward. Bro, you knew what you signed up for. If you wasn't willing to take the end results in case you didn't come out on top, you shouldn't have grabbed your pen or whoever wrote the lyrics for you and went to the studio. You knew what you were up against, you knew who you were up against. You felt like you had enough in your arsenal to take this dude on. So when it didn't go in your favor, now all of a sudden you want to get lawyers involved. I'm sorry. This is the beta male generation. These dudes is soft as cupcakes. These are what you call straight hoe cake dudes. And I'm really trying to hold back from like really going in on Drake. But I could just say a lot of things about Drake. I could really make it personal about him, but the whole notion of him like suing people now to be exact, he's not directly suing Kendrick Lamar. But at the end of the day, the lawsuit is aimed towards Kendrick Lamar. I don't think Kendrick Lamar has been named in the lawsuit. I haven't seen the actual affidavits or the paperwork filed and who is the lawsuit officially against, but it looked like it's against Universal Music Group and Spotify. Like I said, if you a Drake fan, how you even gonna try to rationalize this? How do you try to justify this man bringing lawyers into a situation which is supposed to be a battle between MCs strictly on the mic? There shouldn't be no lawyers involved, nobody. Drake, I think Drake feel come February his career is like done. I guess he fears that if Kendrick Lamar gets to perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, that's it. That's almost like Drake is counting the days. And knowing Kendrick Lamar, he probably would perform the song anyway. Even if they told him not to perform the song, that he's prohibited from performing the song, Kendrick Lamar would probably find a way to. If they told him basically he can't perform it, don't be surprised if he tries to rap it a cappella. I mean, Drake really is sitting up here somewhere proud of himself that he filed a lawsuit. Now, they have Drake fans that's going to try to, try to justify this, but at the end of the day, you just as weak as Drake. You just as weak as Drake. Drake the snake. You just as weak. Who sues people over a rap battle? So that's what's going to happen now. If rappers go at it on wax and one person feel like the other person came out on top, they're going to file a law. They're going to, you know, they're going to sue the streaming. That's what we doing now, Drake. Like I say, man, you looking real weak right now. You looking weak as a man. You looking weak as an artist. You looking weak to your fans. Because I done seen a lot of his fans turn it on him and laughing at him saying, come on, Drake, it's not that serious. You lost, man. So this just further proves that this is just another, submission that Drake feels like he lost the battle. And by you filing a lawsuit, you proving that you lost. And I know he was recently on a podcast and it looked like he was sort of like ranting, but you just got to say this, Drake. You should go away, dude. You should drop that lawsuit and somewhat try to salvage your reputation in your career and just say, you were just having a moment. But if you go through with this lawsuit, dude, people is not going to look at you the same. Your fans are not going to look at you the same because it was bad enough you kind of got away with what happened, basically in Canada with Rick Ross and them. Then you allegedly want to be part of the Hells Angels, a known, you know what I'm saying, biker gang that is known for not really dealing with people that look like you or supposedly not look like you, but I guess that's your white side talking. So I guess that's your white side that want to be part of the Hells Angels. And if you want to be affiliated with the Hells Angels, you showing me that you really don't consider yourself a black man. But, Kendrick exposed you and not like us when he said basically you went to Atlanta searching for swag and trying to get validated. So there you go. But I wanted to make this quick video. I just wanted to get my point across. Say what I need to say about this, but sad, man. It's your boy Tam. I'm out.